The Premier League match day 4 involves a high-profile managerial encounter between Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds United and Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Guardiola, who has been a great admirer of Bielsa and believes him as an influence to his style of play, will face him for the first time in the Premier League. So let's look at some of the tactics that both the team might apply in the game. Looking into the formation, Leeds started off with a 4-1-4-1 formation in their first two games, before switching to a 3-1-4-2 in their last game against Sheffield United. Although they conceded 7 goals in their first two games, the switch of formation helped them to keep a clean sheet in their last game. On the other hand, Manchester City started off with a 4-2-3-1 formation in both of their games. When Leeds have the ball in possession, they are likely to play from the back. This would facilitate with Kevin Phillips being the main focal point whom the centre-backs would like to pass into. However, City would like to counter it by keeping a high press, and as seen in their style of play, Leeds midfield duo naturally pushes forward, which would mean Phillips no outlet to pass, thus forcing him to pass the ball backwards to the centre-backs. However, with City keeping a high press, Leeds can look to play the long balls on either sides, as the likes of Harrison and Bamford are good aerially. And with City's defense vulnerable to mistakes, they would like to take on the defense one-on-one upon receiving the ball. But City can counter it by maintaining a 3-man defense line, either by pushing one of the fullbacks inside or the defensive midfielder to drop deep. With City's shaky defense, Leeds would like to build from the wider channels, especially targeting their right-hand side where Benjamin Mendy is likely to start. The duo of Ayling and Costa would like to clog up the right-hand side, and one of the central midfielders can tuck inside the free space created in the half space of the right-hand side. But with Leeds playing their natural game, this would open up space in Leeds' defense, where the City's front line can exploit. Their front four would often like to rotate their position and switch sides, which would force the Leeds defense to make mistakes. Although Leeds would like to maintain a high press, they're unlikely to drop deep, which would allow the likes of De Bruyne to position his passes to the front line. But Leeds can counter this by dropping into a 4-5-1 defensive transition, giving less space centrally for the City midfielders to exploit. Although it's too early to predict an outcome of the game, but with two of the best managers going head-to-head, we could surely witness a great tactical battle, where Leeds would continue to look to build up to an impressive start, whereas City would like to overcome their mistakes and come back with a great performance.
Do share your views on how you liked the video, support us by dropping a like, and subscribing to the channel.